ridiculous conspiracy.
Dummy. Conspiracy dummy.
Hey, welcome to Conspiracy Dummy, the conspiracy podcast that has a pocket full of mistletoe. What's up? I am your host, Double D. Joining me in the podcast today, we have JC.
Ho, ho, ho.
Also, we have my homie Joel Shaw. What's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing, bro? Are you getting festive over there in El Paso?
I mean, the mood's kind of fishy. But everybody's gonna, you know how families down here, everything revolves around like the holidays, so they're gonna get together regardless.
Yeah, trying to make the best of it, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna make the best of it, and I love that. But still, it's just nobody wants to go to a party and then get sick, like a super spreader party.
Yeah, for real. And you, Joaquin, do you have any plans for Christmas?
No plans.
JC, no plans?
No plans.
Not even get drunk off of eggnog? Well,
Maybe a little. All right, but talking about being under the influence, huh? Well, this episode today, we're going to be talking about the sacred mushroom and the cross, the origins of Santa Claus, and Krampus. So, during this time, the winter solstice, which is from December 21st to January 6th. It gets really, really cold, especially up in the northern areas, and it gets dark as well for a period of time, like in Canada, Alaska, Norway, and others. And due to this tilt of the northern pole that's farthest from the sun, it creates this 24-hour, maybe a few days of darkness, and ancient civilizations back then created a lot of myths, ceremonies, and rituals around this. And a few days later, the sun would rise, and through this, a lot of ancient stories were told. And there's a book, The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross by John Marco Allegro. Well, there's a longer title than that. Let me see.
But imagine, like, you're reading a book, and then someone says, "What are you reading?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm reading the something, 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 something." It's got like 10 words in the title.
Oh, dude, it's a long-ass title. It's The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross, a study of the nature and origins of Christianity within the fertility cults of the ancient Near East. And it's a 1970s book written by John Marco Allegro, and he states that early pagan and religious beliefs originated through the use of psychedelic mushrooms, such as Amanita muscaria.
they were tripping, man.
They were tripping, man. So, like... And you got like these early figures too, bro, of Venus. It dates back to like 70,000 years ago, bro. And she too was a fertility god. So there were a lot of these ancient like civilizations. That's what their main deity was in the beginning, was a fertility god.
Well, even the first like pieces of art that they would find, kind of like in, I don't know, Mesopotamia or whatever, were fertility sculptures, basically like these big tittied like Buddha things with no head.
Yeah, the Venus statues.
That's basically, yeah.
Yeah. And also there's like 13th century fresco paintings in cathedrals showing mushrooms with like Adam and Eve. Instead of being the fruit of knowledge, it was a mushroom. And you can see those on the internet. I can pull them up so you can see. Okay.
Those are from like BC?
The 13th century.
13th century.
So it's Adam and Eve, and there's someone depicted with Jesus as well. He also says that Jesus basically was like not a real person, I guess, like a physical being. He was more as a mushroom. He was coded as a mushroom to keep hidden from the Romans. And he was saying that early Christianity basically started off as a fertility cult.
So you're telling me that all this religion is based off of a lie, like a decoy?
No, not just this religion. Like many religions, bro. Like, or just like stories. Like they're all like told over and over again through different names and.
But like Jesus as a mushroom, and they just called him Jesus so that the Romans would think they were not doing mushrooms.
Because the reason why is that how he depicts him through his translation, because John Marco Allegro was a linguist, and he was one of the scholars that deciphered the Dead Sea Scrolls. And his translation, through translations, what he got was that God, it's a tripped out story, dude, that God basically would send his semen or come down on the earth, and out of that would rise these mushrooms. So hence the seed of God, the Son of God. And it was like, and then so many stories originated through these mushrooms. Adam and Eve, like I said, the fruit of knowledge, it wasn't a fruit, it was a mushroom. Jonah and the whale, Moses, the burning bush, like these tripped out stories. It's perfect. Makes total sense now. Also with the New Testament, Jesus turning water into wine, walking on water. Like, dude, you would have to be tripping balls if you were seeing some shit like that. Mm-hmm. But who knows? This is all. This might not even make it into the episode.
Well, I mean, like it is printed text. I mean,
it is printed text. Yeah,
believe it.
Also, what the thing is, the Catholic Church tried to get a hold of this book and got the rights to it and try to ban it. So they try to like just get rid of it, like hidden knowledge. And then later on, I guess it got republished, and now you can find it. So who knows if it's true or not? But we do see origins of the similar way in other stories, such as Santa Claus, the origins of Santa Claus. Basically, too, with the similarities with the Animera Mascara and Santa Claus, shamans would dress like the mushroom itself, from red and white. They would go around giving people gifts. It would the house. They would come. The house would be covered in snow, dude. Like just covered in snow. So when they walked up to it, the only thing they could do is just throw the gifts down the chimney. So that's where you get gifts down the chimney. The mushrooms they would pick, they would find underneath evergreen trees. And when when you see the evergreen trees with the mushrooms, the red caps underneath, it looks like gifts, like presents under a Christmas tree. These shamans would take them, hang them up on the tree to dry them out. And then that gives you like the ornaments. And not just that, dude, like shamans would take them, but also the reindeer would eat them as well. So either like the reindeer felt like they were flying, or the shaman just would trip balls and see them flying in the sky, the reindeer.
I know this is besides the point, but why does a reindeer have a red nose, like depicted with a red nose? Like I always thought that looked like a mushroom.
Well, that too, man. What did Rudolph, what did he do? He led the way for the other reindeer to follow, right? So like you think the mushroom signifies, like his nose signifies the mushroom. Like, so you take the mushroom and follow it, and you would get where you're going. You'll see the light.
Bro, you don't have to convince me to do shrooms.
I know, right?
We should have done shrooms for this episode.
You're already fucking doing shrooms right now.
Y'all, we're all thinking the same thing, right? We're all thinking of just putting it out there.
Who knows? Maybe this episode would have came out a lot better, huh? But anyways, and not just that, this mushroom, bro, it's toxic. You gotta filter it out. You can't just eat it like that. So what they would say is that the reindeer would eat it, and what they would do is drink the reindeer's piss.
No way.
And that could have been some kind of chemical reaction to what really got them fucked up, is drinking it through that.
Well, I mean,
gross.
The one thing like I'm curious about, like I'm not so much curious. I mean, I am curious about like origins and how things came about, but like I'm wondering at what point did they transition from being like, okay, you know, here's this ritual of taking mushrooms to fucking, okay, now we're just going to put presents under the tree instead of mushrooms. We're not going to fucking drink reindeer piss. We're going to fucking put stockings over the fucking chimney instead of in the chimney. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to know at what point was everybody like, okay, guys, this ain't fucking working. Every holiday we come over, we fuck up my house. We cut down all my trees, all my mushrooms, all my fucking shit are gone.
Everybody's tripping balls.
Everybody's tripping balls.
And seeing elves, bro. See, that's another thing.
Elves.
That's another
Wow.
thing.
So last time I saw fucking elves, fucking
There's
Island of Misfit Toys and shit.
Yeah, man. Elves too. Like, so when the story of the elves, bro. They came about when people would take the mushrooms, the forest would just come to life. And through that journey, they became your helpers, bro. Whatever was in the forest became your helpers. And there's like so many stories about elves, bro. Like the Tomte, they're like garden gnomes. I don't know, man. If you look into, I didn't get all the names, but there's some crazy shit about elves.
Well, what do you think about when motherfuckers are? I mean, obviously, there's the thought of everything comes from some kind of scientific place, some kind of evolution of one thing into another. But then there's like a whole like group of people that believe that like magic just kind of faded from our lives. You know what I mean? Like everything was just like enchanted and magical and all this shit. Fucking dragons and elves and everything else. And then all of a sudden just people stop believing and stuff like that, and they that's why there's reindeer don't fly no more, and because all that can't get to the North Pole, and you know what I mean, Bigfoot's gone,
because that only makes sense when you're under the influence of mushrooms.
That's what I'm saying.
It makes perfect sense, dude. Well, all those stories.
Is it perfect sense, or is it like
how it came about?
Yeah, or is it a perfect like placeholder being like it's kind of like when your girl leaves you for smoking weed and shit, and there's nothing really wrong with you, but she's like, it's because you smoke weed, motherfucker. And you're like, no, it's not.
I'm getting you some knowledge, man. It's forbidden knowledge. Well, that's another thing too, why they changed the mushroom to a fruit, probably because they didn't want that secret out, bro. And they just kind of banned mushrooms, man. That could be a possibility, because if you see old Xmas, like Christmas cards from the 1940s and 50s, which I have right here, they did depict mushrooms within them. Little elves and mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just that mushroom. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joel.
It seems like a big conspiracy as far as like the government trying to ban like every aspect of mushroom and even folklore. Like that's what my point of view is.
It's a very iconic mushroom. You see it within like cartoons, like with the Smurfs, right? They live in those kind of mushrooms.
They had a whole cartoon called the Gnomes.
For reals. And then you see them in video games, Mario Brothers, Power Up, bitch. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So you see these things, and like with
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, word. So it's right in front of you, bro. Like these whole depictions with mushrooms. And then not just a mushroom, bro. It's the Amanita muscaria mushroom that's found in that area in Siberia or in the northern parts of the world. So Santa Claus, man. Santa Claus, Saint Nick, the story of Saint Nick, Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, Bell Snickle, Dead Morse, Sinterklaas, or Santa Claus. Dude, the dude has more names than a rapper, bro. Tell me, do you know much about old Saint Nick, Joel?
Not really. Like, I mean, obviously the label says a little bit, right? Saint must have been like a priest, right?
Yeah.
The patron saint of poor fucking kids and shit.
Yeah, for real. He was like a bishop of
the
Myra.
Patron saint of stepdaddies.
For real.
He brings you gifts and shit, but he's not your dad.
Or he'll help a dad not sell his daughters to prostitution. Have you heard that story with Saint Nick?
No, I haven't heard that shit.
Yeah, there's a dad that was gonna sell his 3 daughters because they couldn't make money for something, so he was gonna sell them into prostitution. Here comes Saint Nick, throws a bag of money in the window every night for 3 nights. Boom, 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 and that's it. I don't know what happened. Who knows if he bought them? But there's a crazy ass story that he resurrected 3 kids that were like chopped up and pickled. I don't know what that means, but I guess marinated in pickles.
Yeah, they would preserve things inside big ass jars.
Yeah, and he
remember in wine too. That was fucking weird.
Well, these kids were chopped up and they murdered by somebody, and he resurrected them from the dead. So he would perform miracles, man.
Everybody fucking performs miracles and shit. All these historical figures would be like, yeah, that fool came back from the dead.
So one of those
similarities. This guy built an impossible stairway, or all this fucking person,
Or a virgin had a
baby. A virgin had a baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not like everybody was just like, Well, he worked a long time and he fucking got this shit done.
Yeah, so
I wonder about all the failed fucking miracles and shit where he's like, all right, you can see. And the guy's like, no, man.
all the ones he fucked up on.
Yeah.
Those are all taken out of history, bro.
He's like, I see backwards now, man. But fuck, I fucked it up.
Yeah, how many fucking reindeer did he kill, huh? In the process.
Yeah. Trying to teach those fuckers to fly and shit. In unison and in fucking go by their names.
So, okay, somewhere out there in another Christmas dimension, there's an alternate version of Santa Claus. It's Bizarro Santa Claus. And
the yin to the yang.
The yin to the yang. His name is Krampus. And he was like his own figure, his own thing, but he would also work along the side of Santa Claus or Saint Nick. He would, yeah, exactly like how you said, the yin and the yang. And he was depicted like a goat, half like a centaur, half man, half goat, with fucking covered in fur, with horns, long ass tongue that puts Gene Simmons to shame. He had a 1 foot human and the other was like a goat hoof or whatever.
Damn, that's all fucked up.
And he's mostly depicted as a male, but you can see him sometimes in pictures and stuff as a female as well, or maybe he's just dressed in drag. I don't know, but he does the dirty work, bro. He is literally a scapegoat to Santa Claus. Santa Claus will come, see if a kid's naughty or nice, boom, he'll leave presents if they're good. If he's bad, he'll go snitch and he'll tell fucking Krampus to go shit a lump of coal underneath their Christmas tree.
Yeah, I mean, like,
beat you with some branches.
Yeah, I mean that's basically how they fucking kept like little kids out there in Germany fucking in check.
Wow, in the Netherlands, right, or Germany, anywhere?
Yeah, up there, yeah.
Yeah, even in Austria as well. That's like spread out. That tradition spread out through all of Europe.
Yeah, because these fuckers, like, they know they're like the fucking kings of like, let's control our fucking kids and subjects and shit. It's not like, you go to the other fucking part. I mean, obviously, yeah, in South America and all that shit, they were doing that shit too. Maybe in China.
We have our own version. We have our own version, Cucuy.
Yeah, the Cucuy, or like, I don't know. I remember hearing about like Pedro Negro or something like that. And
Papa Noel.
And so I just wondered, like, why is it always got to be some like mysterious fools? It's never just like, oh yeah, the president, or like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this person, he's just really wealthy. That's how he can do all this shit.
Like a Batman?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a Dark Knight, bro. Well, Christmas, I don't know, man. If you look at Santa Claus, he's like a criminal. He breaks into your home, steals your fucking cookies and milk. You know what I mean?
Only that he leaves shit, but he doesn't take shit.
Just this Santa Claus, but Santa Claus is around the world, man. They're fucking skinny as fuck. Only our Santa Claus is obese, and he's commercialized. So,
like, picture that conversation. Let's make him fat and jolly.
Let's make him fat and jolly.
They did have it. They had a fucking conversation like that. I bet.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence. He looks like a.
Look too anorexic. Make him fat. Wow.
Yeah, and he's really depicted like as a skinny dude in other countries, man, or dirty.
No way.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see him in a green suit or a brown, like Belschnickel. I don't know who that. He's found in southern Germany.
The drunk version of Santa Claus.
He's like the drunk version of Santa Claus. He's like Santa Claus' fucking drunken uncle or some shit.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, I remember being a kid. Maybe before 5, I thought like, yeah, like Santa Claus for sure. Like, he's bringing me something. After that, I don't know that I was ever like really like, okay, yeah, sure, this is a real fucking guy. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, don't say he's not real. You know what I mean? Like, everybody else needs to believe, but I don't know if like everybody's like believing or if they're just pretending like, yeah, I believe in this fool. Like,
who knows, man? Like, I can't remember when I found out he didn't exist. But you think about it. I'm the oldest of 3 brothers. When I found out, I fucked it up for the rest of them, bro.
Yeah.
For real. So they were much younger than me and like knew that Santa Claus didn't exist. So, and my world was shattered. Theirs was too.
Right. What
about you, Joel?
No, I don't even want to talk about it. I have bad experience in Christmas for some reason all throughout my whole life. But in regards to, like, I guess the tradition, I always felt it's good to like fantasize once in a while like that. It's healthy a little bit. especially the children. I don't know. They're so innocent, bro. I guess gotta give them a little room to imagine, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all fun and games, right? But
And that's
yeah,
what I'm sorry, go ahead.
when I was a kid, I mean, like, I don't know, just kids were just rude back then. What tell you wouldn't exist?
I know.
Yeah, I was around that. Everybody was just rude.
Well, that's why all these stories originated for, was to serve purpose, man. You know what I mean? To give hope when there wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm all for that. Yeah, definitely. That's why everybody loves. There's a lot of people that love Christmas. I love Christmas.
Yeah.
Even though I have a lot of horrible Christmases, but regardless, yeah.
You know what'll make it much better, bro?
What?
Shrooms.
On shrooms, yeah. Now you mention it, all the colors, the lights, like weird.
Yeah.
Just makes sense.
It does. Makes a lot of sense. You can take a
Like here, let's just put a bunch of lights and weird like images and elves and snowmen and pop some shrooms.
what's that one cartoon, bro? It's not a cartoon. It's like claymation. It was back in the day, the old Rudolph, and I forgot who made the creator of that.
It's probably called Rudolph.
It was Rudolph, but I forgot the creator of it, but I don't even know where I was going with that.
Like the Merry Christmas, like the story?
Yeah.
The one
Is that what you're referring to?
Well,
Like
yeah.
the depiction of Santa Claus, right?
Depiction of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And then Santa Claus, too, came like in the beginning of the century, bro. Like, yeah, the beginning of the 20th century. That's when you see the first images of Santa Claus. Before then, I don't know. It was there's just some old dude that was up in the mountains.
Bro, I keep getting flashbacks of Futurama, like with Santa Claus killing everybody. I don't know why.
The Robo Santa Claus?
Yeah, the Robo Santa, that's going to evolve to that.
Yeah, they like had actually created him, and he like went evil and shit, and he was like a killing ass motherfucker.
Did you see that movie I told you?
No.
Rare Exports?
No.
That too. It's like a movie from Finland, bro. It's about them digging up Santa Claus, and they find out that it's like not even Santa Claus. It's like his little elves and shit. And they all come out naked in the woods at night, and they're all like attacking these people. It's pretty dope, bro. You gotta check it out. Let me see what else to go with this. Man, we went through it real fast. Fast as fuck. So what do you want for Christmas, Joe?
I mean, I'm a humble dude. I have everything I need. I just want to be around my family. That's all I want in reality. I have everything I need. I really can't ask for much.
You?
Yeah.
I think what's interesting to me, just that we bring it up now and talking about the origins, is what do we hope to learn by even thinking about it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cool to like kind of find out, how this image of this Christmas card came to be and stuff like that. But like ultimately, like, what does it tell us about like our traditions and like, is it all? I mean, clearly it's all fucking rooted in sales and advertising and shit like that, consumerism.
Mm-hmm.
But like, is like the wholesome and the familyness, is that just like a side effect? And you know what I mean? Was that like, do they even care? Like, I don't know. It's weird how like
in my opinion, like people that wanted to change that, I guess, tradition, I guess they wanted to just change it completely in the sense that let's offer people something different instead of tripping balls all fucking day.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Let's offer them this, family, and let's change the message around. But I mean,
maybe,
what's the most important thing in your life?
But
think about it.
If that started off like that, like ceremonial, traditional, like that in the beginning, like the rituals they did, and then just kind of through religion and Puritanism, it just went away, and it was banned. What happens if that's what it's missing nowadays, though? It's just people coming together, being more. I don't know, like me too. Like I do feel like a kind of void. It's like even though I have a family and everything, but it's something about it does get kind of sad for me sometimes for Christmas. I don't know what that is.
I think it is like
because you get nostalgic and you want it to be the way it was, right? Because everybody does that.
That's true.
I talk to a lot of friends and they tell me that.
It's exactly probably what it is.
Well, Yeah,
nostalgia.
that's for sure. Definitely, like nostalgia kind of brings like those feelings of like you know, nostalgia and like just emotion over it. But like, I think for me, like it's the expectation, man, and then the letdown. You know what I mean? Like, it is like hyped up to be like this special time, you know, family time and stuff like that. And then when it doesn't go like that, which, you know, not every Christmas, not every holiday can be like awesome and great and wholesome. So like when it like kind of crashes and burns, like, fuck, you know, I had this expectation. I wanted to be like good Christmas, and, you know, now it's kind of whatever, you know, happened. And then, you know, all the people that don't have, you know what I mean, that are there by themselves and shit. That kind of always fucking breaks my heart a little bit. But
You have to take like holidays like a reminder throughout your lifetime, and every year there are reminders and messages behind every holiday, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, and everybody interprets the message different. Sort of like this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to pop shrooms now talking about this. For real.
Yeah, man.
Walk around the neighborhood. Just walk around the neighborhood. Be tripping balls.
Tripping ball with the halo around your head. That's where, you know, that's where it comes from, bro. The halo.
Like that intense feeling you get, like a ring around your head, like the crown effect.
That comes from, like they say too, from mushrooms, bro. Like,
so it was their depiction of the feeling of being on shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the artwork. You really look at the artwork.
It's like glowing, like, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like some of it melts together. It's like perfectly melted images.
And you see some of the pictures of the early priests and bishops too, man. They would have those kind of caps that look like a mushroom.
Oh yeah.
They were like the similar.
So they were flossing the cap, the mushroom cap.
Yeah, they were flossing the mushroom cap, bro. Like the shamans, you know what I mean? They were just fucking from head to toe.
Poppies.
They're from head to toe, dripped down in fucking fungi, bro.
There it is.
Dummy. Conspiracy.
Nice little holiday special.